Hey everyone, so a lot of you want to see a comparison video between the best Apple phone, the iPhone 7 Plus, and the best Sony phone, the Xperia XZ. So we're getting right to it, powering both these on. So far the XZ been doing excellent against all the phones I put it up against. So that includes the Galaxy Note 7, the Galaxy S7 Edge, the OnePlus 3, HTC 10, the Xperia X Performance, and a few others. The iPhone 7 Plus, fastest phone I own to date. As you see here, voting up really quickly. Put up against pretty much all the major phones besides the Xperia XZ, which I'm doing right now. iPhone on the latest version, iOS 10. I believe it's 10.0.2 at this point. And Xperia on the latest version of Marshmallow. Alright, so we're going to head on over to the app page, making sure everything's closed out. Alright guys, so in this test covering a lot, going to be going over AnTuTu benchmark, app opening, web browsing, camera speed, fingerprint scanner, multitasking, and more. And just making sure everything is connected. Alright, we're good. Alright, so first up is Temple Run 2. Now iPhone always really good loading up games, as you see here. Games very well optimized for iOS. So really no contest here, Temple Run 2. Developers on iOS less optimized for, less device optimized for on iPhone, so that's why you see it really quick on iPhone. Let's take a look at more general use apps. So next up, CNN. And you see here faster on the Xperia. iFunny. Again, faster here on the Xperia. YouTube. Faster here again on the Xperia. So far Xperia doing pretty well. Not winning in the game as expected, but the other apps doing very well. Calculator. Redo that. Calculator. Think about the same. Clock. Maybe a little faster on the Xperia. eBay. iPhone. Asphalt 8. So both these phones actually have a lot of specs in common. Both are water resistant, both have front-facing dual speakers, both of them 3 GB of RAM, both have the same size battery, 2900 capacity. So see here again, iPhone easily winning this game. Photos. So that one again going to the iPhone. ESPN. And ESPN app a little slow today, but first one to load up is the Xperia. Both similar screen resolutions, 424 ppi versus 401 on the iPhone. The iPhone screen is slightly larger, 5.5 inches versus 5.2 on the Xperia. In terms of cameras, so 7 megapixel front-facing cameras. Let's see, so the iPhone not loading this up this time, we'll try it again. And I did do a practice test for both these phones. The results so far are very similar. The iPhone dominating the games, although the Xperia for the most part has been doing better general use apps. And last time I did the test, so I did do this off camera, and the Xperia loaded up ESPN faster, although it did actually load up on the iPhone. This time it's not. Yeah, we may try it again later, but just from what I've seen, the Xperia is fast loading up ESPN. Settings. Faster there on the iPhone. Alright guys, so let's look at some more stuff. We'll do camera speed. So if the rear facing camera on the Xperia is 12 megapixels, rather on the iPhone it's 12 megapixels, on the Xperia it is 23. iPhone does have dual cameras on the back. So you see here, iPhone faster taking pictures. Although really not much of a difference. Alright, let's look at, we'll do some web browsing. Alright, so you see I was doing some political tests last night. We'll do that again. We'll do the two presidential candidates, HillaryClinton.com and DonaldTrump.com. And these are sites that I have not been to on either one. Last time I did the test, I went to Clinton.com and Trump.com. Neither one of them are the campaign sites, so I'm assuming that HillaryClinton.com and DonaldTrump.com will lead me there. So let's do Hillary Clinton. So again, new sites that I haven't been to on either phone. You see here, faster loading up on the iPhone. Wow, alright, sorry guys, I actually messed up. I wrote HillaryTrump.com for the Xperia, so forget about that one. We'll do one more. We'll do DonaldTrump.com. That's why I don't like typing in a long address, messes it up. Alright, DonaldTrump.com. And then we'll go to some sites that I have been to. Alright, so you see here faster loading up on the iPhone. Let's do IGN. Very close, faster on the Xperia though by a fraction of a second. Let's do Yahoo. Very close there as well. The image at the bottom here is loading a little slow on iPhone. Although really not much of a difference at all. Let's do Nintendo. So faster on the Xperia. In the test runs that I did for both these phones, I found that the Xperia a little faster web browsing. Although not much of a difference. This we'll do one more. We'll do CNN. And that one goes to the iPhone. Alright guys, so I'll show you guys the AnTuTu benchmark and then we'll do some multitasking. So I did run this earlier. You see a score of 181,179 on the iPhone. Extremely impressive. That's the highest that you'll see on a phone. On the Xperia. So this is more for high-end games, not so much day-to-day use, but you see this is one of the highest Android scores you get, 144,640. Alright, let's do some multitasking. And then we'll have a look at the Fingerprint Scanner. So you see there, a little faster on the iPhone. iFunny. Again, fast here on the iPhone. Asphalt 8. Again, fast on the iPhone. iPhone extremely fast multitasking. And this is in line with what I saw in the practice runs. We'll do one more and then we'll do Fingerprint Scanner. Last one will be camera. Yeah, so clearly iPhone is faster multitasking, although the Xperia is still very fast. Alright, so for the fingerprint scanner, if you have the United States version like I do, you need to flash your phone to the UK firmware. I haven't done that. So I'll show you against the Xperia X Performance, same fingerprint scanner on this as you have on the XZ, so really shouldn't be any difference. So from what we're seeing here and what I saw earlier, the Xperia is faster loading up. Except for there when it didn't register. Not much of a difference. The iPhone's still pretty fast, but you see you do have this loading animation. I will say I think that the iPhone is more accurate though. For Xperia, it generally works like 95% of the time. If it doesn't work, you just have to try it once more and it will. For the iPhone, works pretty much 100% of the time. But again, I do think the Xperia a little bit faster. So guys, in terms of hardware, both these phones really similar. Again, both 3 gigabytes of RAM, both somewhat similar screen sizes and resolutions, both waterproof, both have dual front-facing speakers, both somewhat similar price range, so around $700 for the Xperia XZ 770, starting off on the iPhone 7 Plus. There are some differences though, so I already mentioned screen size, a little different, 5.5 versus 5.2. 7 megapixel front facing versus 13 megapixel front facing on the Xperia. 12 megapixel rear facing on the iPhone. You do have the dual cameras on there. One of them offers better zoom. The Xperia phone, rear facing 23 megapixels. In terms of storage, so on the iPhone, 32, 128, or 256 internal. On the Xperia, either 32 or 64, although on the Xperia you do have micro SD card support, which you do not have on the iPhone. In terms of chipset, so the Xperia Snapdragon 820, one of the best you can get on Android. I know the 821 now, but still a very good chipset. 3 GB of RAM on the iPhone A10, 3 GB of RAM. Both again stereo speakers, both water resistant, both fingerprint scanners. In terms of connectivity, on the iPhone you're getting the Lightning port. On the Xperia you're getting USB Type-C. And on the iPhone, you do not have a headphone jack, which you do have on the Xperia phone. So again, both these phones pretty similar. The iPhone is going to run you a little bit more, especially if you want to upgrade the storage. The Xperia, $700, but they're offering it for $650 right now if you get it. So around $120 less for the entry level for both these phones. So guys, it really comes down to which you prefer, if it's iOS or Android. Personally, of course, I'm more of an Android user, so I do prefer the experience on the Sony. But I really like what they did with the iPhone this year. I think that the camera on it's excellent. I really like that they have water resistance, stereo speaker, taking some cues from Sony there. Yeah, so everyone, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more content in the future. We'll have a lot more comparisons up on my channel. And let me know in the comment section what video you want to see next. Oh, and one last thing I just want to add to the end of this. So look at the design. The Xperia you see here, all metal design. Excellent material. iPhone, same thing, all metal design. So yeah guys, love the design on both. Really comes down to preference. See the iPhone a bit thinner, also bigger though. Large around the edges. Alright guys, thanks again for watching.